Hey there, Steve Krivda here from stevekrivda.com, and today I'm going to share with you the #1 secret to success. Now, I know what most people think when I say something like this. They think that, oh, goody, I'm going to get the best closing strategies or the best cold market prospecting strategies or the best lead generation strategies, or I'm going to know how to handle objections. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you've probably been on a training, a webinar, or some kind of a course in the last 72 hours and there hasn't been implementation or any action taken yet. And that's kind of the point that I want to get to here. For the longest time, for years, I learned all kinds of crazy, awesome stuff, but it just floated around in my head and I really didn't implement it. I never went all in. I did some things here and there, but I never really went all at it until recently. And understand this, when you push yourself outside your comfort zone, you're gonna run into resistance. And the #1 secret to success is mindset training. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. Without that, you'll never make it. You just never will. Okay, so as you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, you are gonna run into resistance. It is absolutely inevitable. And in order to battle and combat resistance, we have to know where it's coming from and how to understand and how to undertake this resistance as it comes. Now, I don't have to tell you all about it because there's a book that I recently read several times, and everybody that I've had, that I've recommended it to or given it to, they all said the same thing, including myself. This book is absolutely written for me. It is crazy, you know, and it's by Steven Pressfield. It's called The War of Art, and I'm going to tell you how to get that in a second. It's life changing, and I think it's like $10. It's ridiculous. He should charge $50. Crazy book. I highly recommend getting it. That's my #1 resource for mindset training. My number 2 is. I was on my way up to Orlando back in like 2012 up to an event, and I had bought an audio, put it on disc, and I was like, oh, I have a ton of time by myself. I'm going to listen to this. I put this audio series in. It's 15 weeks or 15 modules long with homework and all this kind of exercises, and it's called Ray Higdon's Vibrational Money Immersion. Changed my life. I came back from that event, and my wife says to me, after being home for a little bit, she says, you know, something's different about you. You just seem different. And I couldn't pinpoint it. And then I realized the audio series that I listened to, and I started speaking different. I started looking at life differently. When an obstacle came at me, pow, I was like knife hand blocking it, and you couldn't shake me. In fact, that was the change of my journey. And that's when things changed in my business, my personal life with my wife, my kids. Everything changed from that moment on. And it's pretty crazy. Yeah, that thing changed me so much. In fact, Ray actually, after telling him my story, he actually interviewed me from that audio series, and I highly recommend picking it up. So if you want these, that's my second resource. If you want these resources I'm telling you about, you can go to stevekrivda.com/War of Art, and I'll put it on the screen. And the second one is the Vibrational Money Immersion, so it's stevekrivda.com VMI. And if you go to stevekrivda.com VMI, I'm going to give you the first module for free, and you're going to see a ton of testimonies on there, not even mine, stuff that people have sent Ray. And pick that up and at least get your free audio. Let the first audio change. It's going to change everything. So I appreciate you. Hope you got some value out of this. If you did, feel free to like it, share it, leave me a comment, and man, I'll see you at the top. Bye.